Yo guys, CFB, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're all doing well today. I'm back. I haven't really took a break. It's just the news has been, it's been very recycled. It's the same thing, you're hearing the same things over and over again. But there has been big developments as of last night. So we're going to get into it, including 2 new signings, which I missed one of them, but I gave the other one, here we go, in not my last video, I think it was the video before. But yeah, either way, before we get into the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description is my second channel, so go and check that out. Be free to go and subscribe if you really want to down there. It'd be very much appreciated. So let's get straight into it, because I've got a lot to chat about in this video, a lot. We've had big developments revolving. You've probably seen it in the thumbnail already. Sorry, I've got something in my eye, guys. You've probably seen it already. It's in my thumbnail. We've got big developments on a certain player. We'll obviously get into that towards the end of the video. That'll be towards the end of the video. So, yeah. Let's get into the 2 new signings which we've had. So, I gave you the here we go, I don't know, about a week ago now on Axel Diassi, the centre-back we signed from France, from Monaco. Well, we had him officially confirmed, pictured in a Chelsea shirt about 3 days ago now. So, I mean, here he is. I'll put him right here, next to my Crash Bandicoot Teddy, which I haven't recognised it already. You know, come on, get to know. So yeah, Diassi right there. I'm really happy with the signing. I am happy with the signing. I said it in my video where I gave the here we go for him. I didn't give it the here we go. Obviously, it was Fabrizio, but obviously I do a video on it as well. I expressed he's a really good player. He's a solid player. But I just feel really bad for Chalobah, and I still feel that way, you know. Like, I think Chalobah's really put a foot wrong since he's come to Chelsea. Obviously, he's had the odd mistakes, but what do you expect for somebody who's only been in the Chelsea squad for 2 years, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm happy either way with Diassi. We'll have to see what happens to Trevor Chalobah. I don't think he will stay, but we'll have to see how much he goes for. It'd be nice if we made our money back on Diassi from selling Chalobah, though. That'd be very nice. So, there was one here we go that I missed, which came, I think, about 2 days ago or something now. And it was to do with a goalkeeper. And he's already been announced. So I apologise that I didn't get the here we go video out for him. So I'm going to put a picture on the screen right here. Robert Sanchez from Brighton, who signed for Chelsea for 20 million, but a total package of 25 million. So in total, including add-ons and everything, it comes to 25 million. Again, I've expressed Robert Sanchez is a good goalkeeper. You know, good with his feet. He's in here, I'm guessing, to compete with Kepa Arrizabalaga, which they have flaws. They both have flaws and they both have cons. Kepa, I think, is better saving-wise, special close range, yes. But I think Sanchez offers more in terms of saving shots from long distance, and also his distribution is way more better than Kepa's, but Kepa's is still decent distribution. So we'll have to see who is the number 1 choice for Chelsea now that Sanchez is here. I would personally probably say, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I've watched loads of Sanchez. I haven't. I'm aware he is a decent keeper, but he was, I think, last season Brighton's 2nd goalkeeper, if I'm not mistaken. Their sub-goalkeeper, so he fell down the rankings. But before that, he was one of the top keepers in the league, from what I heard. But yeah, like I said, we'll have to see who becomes the Chelsea number 1. As long as it's competition, strong competition, and they both strive each other to, I mean, great heights, then I'm happy with this. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get straight into the big news. Let's get into proper news now, because obviously they were signings confirmed now. Let's get into the proper news on players who we are going for. So this came out yesterday from Fabrice Hawkins, to do with a Chelsea winger who can play, well, not a Chelsea winger, but a winger who can play cam, that Chelsea are looking to go for. So yeah, this came out yesterday. Chelsea have made a £30 million verbal offer for Michael Olise, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. The Blues are waiting to hear more about the process of his injury before making a written offer. Because I think he is currently got a bit of an injury, a minor injury, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's not just us in the race for Olise. I think it is Olise, if I'm not mistaken. It's Olise or Olise, I think. I don't know. It's French as well. We're building a bit of a French revelation here at Chelsea. But not just us in the race. We've actually got a big team with us in the race. Manchester City, who actually lost the Community Shield today to Arsenal. 90-minute plus 11 minutes goal. That's just, if I speak a bit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is what Fabrice Hawkins had to say about Man City and Chelsea fighting for Olise. Yeah, this is what he had to say as well after the news that I just said. Michael Olise currently has a slight preference for Chelsea over Manchester City. You know, it's getting to the point now where, you know, City just won the treble. A Champions League, a Premier League in one season. A treble as well. You know, they've got an unreal team. You know, they're after this young player compared to a team that, let's be real, we are bigger than City. But we've just finished 12th. One of our worst seasons ever in the last bloody 20-odd years. And we still have more pull than them. Oh, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, Olise, I think he used to be in the Chelsea Academy, if I'm not mistaken, when he was younger. He might also even be a Chelsea fan, if I'm not mistaken, so that might give us a little bit more leverage for him. I think if we got Olise for a deal of around 25 to 30 million, oh God, that's a cracking deal. It's a cracking deal. He kind of reminds me in a way, I'm probably going to get shouted at in the comments for saying this. He reminds me of a more polished Hudson-Odoi. He reminds me of a more polished Hudson-Odoi in terms of that creativeness. You know what I mean? Like, coming forward, Olise, you know, he hasn't got good, I wouldn't say work ethic, because his work ethic off the ball, that's the word I was looking for, work ethic off the ball, is a bit poor. It's not bad, but it's a bit poor in my opinion. Going forward, though, he's immaculate. Give him the ball and he's going to create something. Do you know what I'm saying? Under a good team as well. I'm not saying Crystal Palace isn't a good team. They're a strong team. But let's be real. Under the players like Nkunku, Jackson, Mudryk. When I say Mudryk now, I always say Modric. I don't know why. Enzo, hopefully Caicedo. Under players like that, he's going to get a lot more goal contributions than he does at Crystal Palace. So I think for 25 to 30 million pound fee, I think that would be a beauty of a signing. It's between Kudus and Olise of who Chelsea get, and we're not going to get Kudus because Brighton have now signed him, which gives us which leads us into a path of probably the last bit of news that I will deliver for today. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Would you take Olise at Chelsea? Do you think he's good enough? I think he is. He's still really young, got a lot of potential. Let's hope Poch can probably get it out of him. We'll have to wait and see. So, yeah. Also, in the news that I delivered like a week ago as well, I also said that, well, Nathan Gissing said that Gabriel Angelo might be staying at Chelsea this season to compete. Well, we have news from Fabrizio Romano as well. So this is what Fabrizio Romano had to say. Angelo, Gabriel and Davide Washington are both expected to join Strasbourg, which is unfortunate. Now, if you don't know who Davide Washington, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, he plays for Santos. He's Brazilian, was a former teammate of Angelo, another really, really young forward that we are looking to get. We haven't got him yet, but we're looking to get. That could be done very soon, to be fair, as well. So, yeah. With Angelo, it's a bit unfortunate because I was actually really excited. I was really excited if he stayed at Chelsea. I think he's really good. Don't know what happened there. I think he's really good to compete. But I'm not complaining with a loan move at all for Angelo. I think even a loan move for him, I think would be really good for him. I think if he goes on loan to Strasbourg this season and comes back next season, I can guarantee he will be a way better player. Way better player. So I'm not complaining that he's got a loan. Just a little bit unfortunate because I was really excited to see him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, Nathan guessing wrong on that. Fabrizio are always right, always right. So, yeah, let's move on to the next bit of news, which I covered in my last video, was to do with the Juventus-Chelsea swap deal for Lukaku, Vlahovic plus money. Well, we've got an update on that from Di Marzio. So, Di Marzio had to say this. Juventus have a new idea to present to Chelsea. If Lukaku does well with Juventus, then they will pay 50 million euros, 43.5 million pounds to Chelsea, and then Chelsea will pay 80 million euros, 69 million pounds for Vlahovic. Let's be real, Lukaku isn't worth 100 million like we brought him for anymore. He's not even worth 50 million, let's be real. Vlahovic, let's be real, under Juventus, how he's been performing for Juventus, he is not worth near 70 million pounds. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. You're looking at around, I think, 45 million for Vlahovic, I think, would be acceptable. I think that's fair. So if the Juventus have actually said this, I think Chelsea should turn this down and say, no, I think the Lukaku one is right, but the Vlahovic one maybe 45 million. Because Vlahovic, there's still a good player there. And Juventus might even know this. There's still a good player there. But he needs to be freed from the bloody wrath of Allegri, because Allegri's football is disgustingly bad. Disgustingly bad. So we have to see how this one goes. I've seen a lot of people saying no to Vlahovic. Like, oh, do not get this. We've got Jackson instead and stuff like that. Look, I agree with you. I think Jackson... Oh, I've already explained in my last video about this. I would take Jackson over Vlahovic as the starting striker any day, anyway, because I think their finishing is on par with each other, but Jackson offers more than Vlahovic. And I think he's about a year younger as well, Jackson. You know, the way he can turn past a player, take on players, link up, create, I think is way better than Vlahovic is. Do you know what I mean? But Vlahovic is still a top player. What happens when Jackson goes to AFCON, because he has to play for in the AFCON, which happens from January to March-ish, I think it is. What happens when Jackson goes there? You know, and a lot of people have been saying, keep Broja, but he's had this massive injury. He's still a really young player. I think giving him a loan, I think, would be really good for him for a year. Maybe if he was about 25, 26 and he got that injury, I would say Chelsea should keep him and give him a run. But since he's still like 21, 22, you know, give him a year loan to see how he does, so we can come back the next year and hopefully compete. Do you know what I mean? Because he could be in the squad now and be utter trash, slower, you know, not eager to be on the ball as much because of that injury. You never know. So I think Vlahovic coming in for Jackson would offer really strong competition for both players to push each other to the next level, because both players want to strive to be the #1 striker for us. Do you know what I mean? So it offers that strong competition, and when Jackson goes to AFCON, we've got another strong player there ready. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my thought on it. Let me know in the comments down below, do you agree with me on that situation? So, yeah. Now let's move on to the last bit of news, the big bit of news. The big bit of news, and I want to say something to do with this, because this is looking like it's going in the right direction now. Yes, it looks like it is. So, this came out today, this morning, from Ben Jacobs. No, Moises Caicedo in Brighton's squad for the friendly against Rayo Vallecano, if I'm not mistaken. Minor hamstring tightness, the official reason. A year ago, Marc Cucurella missed an Espanyol friendly with a minor calf issue and joined Chelsea 6 days later. Chelsea will bid again soon. I heard that we was meant to bid for Caicedo ages ago and we still haven't. Winding down the time slowly. So, as it's stated there, apparently Caicedo has a injury. An injury. Well, like I said, let's fast forward to... actually, we'll fast forward to that in a second, because I'm going to read this next part out from Ben Jacobs as well. He followed up with this. Following on from Paul Barber's comments on Caicedo. By the way, if you don't know who Paul Barber is, I think it's Brighton's CEO, if I'm not mistaken. But there are still counter-claims that he is not injured, did not want to play and wants Chelsea as soon as possible. So yeah, we are planning on bidding for Caicedo very, very soon, because apparently we are adamant on signing him before the Liverpool game. Wow, it's currently Sunday right now. This time next week, we play Liverpool. So if we want him done, we need to send a bid either tonight or tomorrow night latest. Do you know what I mean? Tomorrow night latest. Caicedo wants to move. It's like that said there, which was a very good one in the first bit of news from Ben Jacobs. Cucurella wanted Chelsea move. Chelsea wanted him. You know, apparently before Brighton played a friendly against Espanyol, apparently he had an injury, so they didn't use him. 6 days later, he signs for Chelsea. Wow. Caicedo, I think it's well known now that he really wants the Chelsea move. He wants that Chelsea move desperately. Chelsea want him desperately. Brighton are the ones that are being difficult in the situation. Apparently he's now got an injury. And, you know, Chelsea want to sign him before we play Liverpool on Sunday in our first Premier League game. Wow. Coincidence? I think not. Also, just want to quickly say this as well. When I said Kudus earlier, obviously he is now signed for Brighton. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because apparently Brighton weren't going to buy any more players until they sold a big player like a Caicedo to generate a bit more money. Wow, it looks like they've gone and brought a Kudus. Looks like they need to generate some more money, don't they? That's all I'm saying. This is looking like, you know, there was this Ecuadorian reporter that came out recently. Don't know if he's reliable or not, but at the time Kudus was announced that, you know, Brighton and Ajax have come to a agreement in terms of price for Kudus to join Brighton. This Ecuadorian reporter came out and said Caicedo to Chelsea nearly done, probably going to be announced by Monday, so tomorrow, or Tuesday, so the day later. We'll have to see on that behalf. It is looking very, very good now, because even Fabrizio Romano came out and quote tweeted a tweet from a Chelsea fan with the winky eye and, you know, a bunch of eye emojis and stuff like that. So there's something going on. I'm hoping this is definitely done by Tuesday minimum, because if we can get Here We Go by Tuesday and get the documents signed on Wednesday, medical and everything signed on Wednesday, get it announced on Thursday, because obviously announcements usually come a day later after documents and medicals are done. Get it announced on Thursday, so he's there training on Thursday as well. Train on Friday, train on Saturday. 3 days worth of training, and then he'll be ready on Sunday. Because if he hasn't actually got an injury, if he has got an injury, then obviously he can't play. But either way, Chelsea will still go for him, even if he's got an injury or not. So don't worry on that behalf. If he actually has an injury, Chelsea will still go for him. But if he hasn't, you know, this was my worry. I wanted him signed before the friendlies began, before pre-season began, so he could get used to Pochettino's tactics, the players, Enzo, you know, the partnership with Enzo, the teammates, you know, he can get used to everything, you know. Now it's going to take him, 1 or 2 weeks to get used to it, so we're not even going to see him at his best for like 1 or 2, 3 weeks. Still got to get used to the surroundings as well, you know. That was my fear. Now I just want to get it done, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, if he's not injured, he's still going to be ready, because he's still been training. Do you know what I mean? He's still been training, keeping himself to the best he possibly can be, fitness-wise for the season. So it's not like he's going to come in unfit or anything, do you know what I mean? He's still going to come in top shape, because I'm no doubt De Zerbi has definitely got him in top shape. So, you know, this looks like it might be coming soon, very, very soon. I'm hoping it's before the Liverpool game, because we need him for that Liverpool game. So, yeah, that's it for the news today, guys. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below what you all think. The announcements, Diassi, Robert Sanchez, Olise, Vlahovic, Lukaku swap deal. Caicedo, do you reckon that's going to be done before the Liverpool game? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully with 3 days in advance. If we sign him 3 days before the Liverpool game, I'm hoping he's able to start against Liverpool. We'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't, because obviously he's still got to get used to everything and every player and everything, do you know what I'm saying, and the tactics. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because videos come anytime. And, yeah, Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Peace.